Alright, what's up YouTube? So we got a pedestal sink here. You see the pedestal and the sink. And it's leaking out of the trap, which is the drain pipe, you know, that like trap part of the pipe. Show you that in a second. But we're gonna sneak in here. We've got ourselves, they call it a P-trap kit. And basically it comes with the piece that goes in the wall and then the trap, and it also comes with all the little bushings and washers and stuff. With a pedestal sink, you want to kind of use chrome because you can see it, so you want it to look nice. The only tool we're probably going to need is like a big channel lock like this to grab the nuts. But we may also need, and you probably will need, is a torch, because the old nuts are really like rusted and stuff. But if you heat them up a little bit, you know, like 300 degrees, something like that, they come off real easy. So this would definitely be a help. Make sure you don't burn your house down though while you're at it, because we're going to be working close to the wall. Here's the old trap. This is the piece that comes out of the wall, is this one. And then we got our trap. And then the problem with this one is they call this the tailpiece. And if you can see, okay, so you can see the tailpiece cracked right at the bottom of the pop-up, right here. So this tailpiece is like totally off. So we've got ourselves a new tailpiece, which is threaded up at the end. So we're gonna take this stuff out. Hopefully just this one nut, we're gonna heat it up and take this one nut and slide the whole assembly out. Then the little threaded piece of the tailpiece is still going to be stuck up in that pop-up, and we're going to try to get that out. It's going to be like rusted old brass. It should be pretty easy to get out with like a really small bladed screwdriver that we're going to stick in between, like a small screwdriver like this. And we're just going to stick it in there and try to bend what's left of the threaded section of the tailpiece that's still going to be stuck up in there. And then we should be able to just thread this right in. We probably got to cut this to length, and we might have to cut the wall piece to length. Otherwise it's pretty straightforward. So let's get down to it. The trap is going to be full of water, so you just want to be careful with that you don't make a mess. Well, it's not a big deal. It's only like a cup of water. It's not the end of the world. But I'm going to be heating up this nut on the wall here without burning up the wallpaper. Just enough to soften the schmutz. There we go. Okay. You can see how that heat just loosened that right up. I mean, it was really stuck even when I heated it the first time. So heat could be your best friend in a situation like this. Okay, see, that nut's off. Try to slide this whole thing out. Now let me just tell you real quick what I did with this pedestal sink is it rests on the pedestal. And there's a bracket on the wall that, like, its weight is supported in, but there's usually a couple of screws in the bottom of it. Okay, one here and one on the other side. I loosen those up. They got butterfly anchors in the back, so I didn't want to take them all the way out because I didn't want to have to deal with that when I put it back together. But I loosened these up so I was able to lift the whole sink up a little bit, and then slide this pedestal back. I didn't take it all the way out because I still wanted to support the weight of the sink, so I just slid it back enough to work on it. So that's how I got this room here. Okay, again, it's full of water, so be careful. I'm gonna try to get that threaded piece out. This is just a little wire brush to okay, I think I got it all out. Check it by threading a new one in there, see. Okay, good deal. Okay. So I use this small bladed screwdriver, a nylon mallet, needle nose, and a wire brush to get that old corroded male threaded end of the old pipe out from the female threaded end of the pop-up assembly. So we have to make a couple of cuts. Here's our new P-trap. There's the old one. This piece that goes in the wall, I'm going to line it up with the old piece. I'm going to mark it. We have to cut that. And then the tailpiece from the bottom of the pop-up, I actually have two with me. I have a 12-inch and I have a 6-inch. I'm actually going to use a 6-inch, but I still got to cut about a ½ an inch off of that to match that up. So we're using the old one as a template. We're going to make our cuts on the new one. So I'm going to mark where my cuts are. I'm just going to cut the bottom of this off. This one, I'm going to cut it right to there. You could use a pipe cutter. You could use a hacksaw. I'm going to use Alice here, the Widowmaker. So we made our cuts, all right, and I'm just going to run a blade around the inside of my cuts because there's a little like brass lip left from the saw that we want to get rid of so it doesn't catch hair and stuff in the drill. Oh, now we're ready to start assembly. Let's start putting stuff back together. A couple of things I want to do is clean up wherever the pipes are going to go together, with the old pipes to the new pipes with my little wire brush. It's threaded here where it goes up into the pop-up. I'm going to put a little Teflon tape. That'll help seal it. Okay, this is the one that goes in the wall. One nut is going to go with the threads down to attach to the trap. Then we're going to put another nut over here. This is going to attach to the wall, okay, with a rubber washer. All of this is included. Kind of place it in the wall for now. Not really tightening anything up. And then our tailpiece gets, this was not included, but this is a 1.5 to 1.25 inch, and it gets a reducing bushing, which is also 1.5 to 1.25 inch, because the trap is 1.5 inch to the wall and the pop-up is 1.25 inch. So we're going to slide this up, and the nylon thing is going to hold it on while we getting ready. There's one more rubber bushing, and that goes over here. Okay, it's an important one, don't forget it. Okay. Alright, so now if you got nerve, we could check for leaks right now. So, let's turn the water on and see what happens. We're gonna look everywhere we worked. No, I thought that one wasn't threaded on right. It's like crooked. Oh, that's better. Okay. Okay. Back again, checking for leaks. And nice way to check the leaks is to dry everything off. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. We got no leaks. So what I'm going to do is just snug stuff up with my channel locks right now. Snug up that. That's snug. And it's in here. And snug it up. Okay. Double check. Okay. This pedestal back in place. And tighten up those 2 screws on the wall. I lifted up with one hand, I lifted up the sink, and with my other hand I put the pedestal in position under here. Then I tightened up those 2 screws I was telling you about, one on each side, that I didn't completely take out when I started. I just loosened them so I was able to push the sink up, which now is nice and solid. Although the pedestal still has some free play in it, so we're going to get some clear silicone and just put a dab on each side of the pedestal. And when that dries, that'll stop any of this free play in the pedestal, and everything's fine. These sinks are actually supported from the wall, not from the pedestal, although they look like they're supported from the pedestal. It's just for show. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Sub to the channel while you're here. It really helps me out with this YouTube gig. And use the comment box below. That's what it's there for. Let us know how your project is working out.